I should have known something was wrong the moment I stepped inside. The hostel on Maple Street was cheap to cheap, but I was broke and desperate for a place to crash. The elderly woman at the front desk barely looked at me as she slid the key across the counter. Room 7, 3rd floor. No elevator. The stairs creaked with every step, each groan echoing through the empty halls. The wallpaper was peeling, revealing darker patches underneath, like skin shedding in strips. I tried to ignore the smell, something stale and sweet, like flowers left too long in a vase. Room 7 was at the end of the corridor, the key stuck in the lock, and I had to force it. The door swung open with a long, protesting whine. The room was sparse. A single bed with yellowed sheets, a wooden chair facing the corner, a mirror on the wall, its surface clouded with age. I dropped to my bag and sat on the bed. The springs screamed beneath me. That's when I noticed the scratches on the wall beside the headboard, deep gouges, like someone had clawed at the plaster with their fingernails. I traced them with my finger. They were steel rough, recent. Night fell fast. I tried to sleep, but the darkness in that room felt thick, almost solid. I could hear sounds through the wall's footsteps pacing back and forth, a rhythmic thumping, and something else, whispering. Soft and constant, like a prayer or a warning. At 3:17 a.m., I woke to the sound of the chair scraping across the floor. I sat up, my heart hammering. The chair that had been facing the corner was now facing the bed. I told myself I had moved it and forgotten. I turned on the lamp, but the bulb flickered and died. In the darkness, I heard breathing. Not my own. Slow, deliberate breaths coming from the corner of the room. I grabbed my phone, hands shaking, and turned on the flashlight. The beam swept across the empty corner, the peeling wallpaper, the ancient mirror. But in the reflection, I saw something that made my blood freeze. A figure standing behind me, pale, impossibly thin, with hollowed eyes that gleamed in the light. Its mouth hung open, jaw unhinged, as if it had been screaming for years. He spooned Haroon nothing. The room was empty, but when I looked back at the mirror, it was closer, and so much closer. Its face nearly pressed against my shoulder in the reflection. I ran. I didn't grab my bag, didn't look back. I flew down those stairs, 3 at a time, and burst through the front door into the street. The cold air hit my face like a slap. Behind me, the hostel loomed, dark and silent, and in the 3rd floor, window eye, saw a pale hand press against the glass. 5 fingers spread wide. Then another hand joined it. Dozens of hands, pressing, clawing, desperate to get out. I never went back for my things. The next day, I walked past Maple Street and stopped. The building was abandoned, condemned. A chain-link fence surrounded it, plastered with warnings. According to the faded notice, the hostel had been closed for 15 years. But I had paid. I had slept there. I had the key in my pocket. When I pulled it out to look at it, my hand started to shake. Engraved on the metal tag were 2 words: come back. And sometimes, late at night, I still hear the whispering.